Hello, I'm Maddie McGuckin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel! Yay! Woo! I know it has been a while since I have made a video, but summer was busy and full of fun things and happiness, and I kind of just forgot about it. What? Who said that? But don't you worry, I am back in action, and in a new area. You've never seen me film here. Wonder why? Well, this is my new dorm. It's really small, kinda crappy, and I don't really know where I want to film yet, like if this is gonna be my filming spot. We'll experiment. If you like this, let me know. Tell me in the comments, or say get something more interesting. I don't even know if you can read that with the glare. Does that make it cool? I don't know. So yeah, I am back at school in New York, and I'm gonna start making videos again every single Monday for your viewing pleasure. And for today's video, I want to talk to you about what happened to me last Tuesday. In an attempt to be a more social college person and get out more, over the summer I had looked up some concerts that were going to be coming to New York so that I could buy tickets and go. And on Tuesday, I went to, why do I say Tuesday like that? I always say it like that, Tuesday. So anyway, on Tuesday, I went to the Island Records Island Life Party, is that what it was called? Where at that concert I got to see a ton of different artists and cool people, but I was mostly there and excited for Shawn Mendes and Nick Jonas. Yee! Cute singing boys, there is nothing better than cute singing boys. But the night started out with Ansel Elgort doing some DJ stuff. I mean, on solo. He wants to be called on solo, right? Like, he's not Ansel if he's DJ. That's just confusing, bro. Pick one name. So Ansel Elgort came out and he was DJing, and then Keke Palmer came out and she was like the hosty person. Then there was the Kiza, she sings the Hideaway song where it's like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. An American author, so I was jamming out hard to Go Big or Go Home and Best Day of My Life, because it was a good day. That was a good day in my life. And Time Flies, which I had never heard of, but they came out and they were really cute and good, so that was fine with me. And then Shawn Mendes came out and I died inside and I'm still not okay. And then Nick Jonas came out and I didn't know how much I really found Nick Jonas attractive till he's in front of you dancing and like making eye contact and you're like, my body is ready. Boys. So the artists were really good and the concert was really cool, but the main thing I want to tell you about what happened that night was how much I realized I don't like what concerts are today. Since that sentence barely made sense to me, let me explain it to you. That night really made me notice that concerts are kind of like dead or pointless. Like, it was really awesome to go see those artists in person, and that's why you buy tickets, that's why you go see them, so that you can see them live, be in the same room. But here's the thing, nobody's actually watching the concert. Before I say this next thing, yes, I know I'm guilty of this sometimes. So, putting that out there first, but everybody at the concert was watching the concert through their cell phone. I know that's not like a new thing. Everybody has their cell phones out at concerts. You Snapchat it, you record it and send it out to people, and it's kind of like a, oh, I was there and it was so cool and look how good they were, woo! But everyone's phones in my faces was just annoying because I'm so short. I was in the third row center for like the whole concert. That was a dang good spot. I could tell when they were looking at me and when I was looking at them and when moments were happening. I don't want to go into it because I may break down from emotional trauma of that happening several times throughout the night, but good spot. However, the two rows in front of me, all I saw was phones and hands. At one point during Nick Jonas, I saw phones and hands come over my head and like sit in front of my face. I didn't know anyone there. I went to that concert alone. I know, what? She went to a concert alone, loser? No, everybody had classes. Don't worry about it. But these people were like on top of me just so that they could get the view I had in front of my face on their phone. At one point, to stabilize their phones in front of my face, they put their arms on the top of my shoulders. I became a human tripod for somebody's Nick Jonas video. And most of the time, I think it was because I didn't have my phone like this. So they were like, oh, there's a spot for a phone right there. Let me put mine. Just, put the phones down. I'm guilty of recording some of the concert too. My Snapchat had a couple videos of all the artists because I wanted to share that it was cool and it was happening. But here's the thing. Lots of people will record the entire concert or whole songs and never just enjoy the artist. And they're focusing so much on how good it looks on the camera so that they can watch it later instead of watching it right now. Which, like, that's its own thing, but then here's the other thing. Part of me feels like I don't even need to buy concert tickets anymore because I can watch the whole concert online. You can basically find a live performance of any popular song now in good quality and be in the front row because somebody in the front row recorded the entire thing. But if you're behind your camera during the concert, then you're kind of missing out on the whole experience of connecting with the artist on the stage because you're not looking at them, you're looking at them through a screen. So because of that concert experience, I think in the future I'm going to be a little bit more attentive to actually paying attention to the concert in front of me instead of wanting to share it with the world. Because I can share it in a story like this, and then I'll always have it in my own memory of how I felt watching my favorite artist instead of having to go back to my phone. And here's the thing, with concerts that I used to record, like I have all of the One Direction concert in 2012 on my computer, and I don't think I've ever gone back to rewatch those videos. I just remembered another thing that annoyed me about that night. So general admission concerts normally get me a little panicky because you don't have your own seat. So me being me, who can be patient and sit and stand for hours, I normally show up like 5 hours early to general admission concerts to make sure that I get to be in the front couple rows. And then I'm all good. But there are those people who show up late and then they try to like shove their way to the front when you've been standing there for 6 hours and they expect you not to get angry or shove them back. Poor little Keke Palmer. At one point, the whole entire crowd in the back of the, what's it called? A theater. Huh. I think a theater major would know that. She's standing in a theater. We're having a great day today. We also cut our thumb in half. Anywho, so the back of the theater was pushing up on the front of the theater, and so the front couple rows, aka me and the people in front of me, had nowhere to go but into the barricade. So I watched 2 girls pass out around me. I started to hyperventilate, and I was already like dehydrated from standing and not having water, and it was hot, and there were so many people just up against me that I started to freak out a lot. And there were moms and dads crying, like they had tears because they wanted the girls in the back to stop pushing on their kids in the front. Another thing, I hate how when it's like it was supposed to be a 16 and up show, changed to an all ages show. And the thing that gets me mad about that is that then the parents buy their kids the VIP because their kids want to be VIP, of course. I've always wanted to be VIP, but that crap's expensive. So here's the thing, the rich parents then buy their kid the VIP and they buy themselves the VIP so that they can be with their kid at all time. So then they're in like the front couple rows and all these tall dads are in front of me and I can't see a thing, and they look miserable having to stand at this concert, all because they needed to be with their 12-year-old instead of telling their 12-year-old to just wait there at the end of the concert because the concert is just full of teenage girls. It's not like they're gonna die or anything. Well, I guess they were gonna die with all the people shoving on them, but then the dads just stay there and they block your view. That was another thing that happened that night. Woo, I'm on a whirlwind. Back to the story. So the people are pushing on us and Keke Palmer comes out to introduce the next act, and we're all, us front 3 rows are screaming at her to tell them to stop pushing and like tell them to back up, and we're like crying and like girls are fainting and we're freaking out and we're yelling at Keke Palmer, and Keke Palmer's face, you could just tell that she got scared because everybody's yelling at her. So in order to try to calm the crowd down, she starts singing this song. I don't know what song it was, but she just starts singing. She keeps saying, can we take some steps back? And then she starts singing and she tries to get people to do the hand thing, but people are still shoving and we're still screaming, and I'm like gonna die, so I'm panicking, but also I'm laughing at Keke Palmer because she's so scared. But she's on stage, she had nothing to worry about. I should have been fearful for my life that a 12-year-old was gonna kill me. Then when sweet little Shawn Mendes came out, he asked everyone if they could take a baby step back and stay in their place though so that nobody cuts, and I was like, oh, you're so sweet, you think that that'll happen. Oh, and then after Shawn's set, they threw his picks right at me, and I got one, and I got elbowed in the side, and I lost it because I was not going to get a bloody nose for a pick. Sad part is I had heard the girl who stole it from me say earlier that she didn't even like Shawn Mendes. She wasn't there for him. She was only there for Nick Jonas. I told her I was there for Shawn Mendes and she still took the pick from me. Fangirls be crazy. Also, I recently discovered Spotify. Don't know how I was living without that in my life. And I made a playlist. It's called September Sounds. And it has like all the music that I heard at that concert and the stuff I've been jamming to this month. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave it down below and you can follow me on Spotify to know what I'm listening to all the time, because I can't stop using it now that I have it. I was so old school. I used to buy my music on iTunes, wish people wouldn't record concerts. I'm in the wrong decade, bro. So that's enough of me rambling and talking too fast for you to understand this week. Make sure you check out my other videos. They're probably on the side here as a recommended one. Also, you can click the subscribe button right there to get an do they send an email? I think you could set up emails, but they let you know when I post a new video, which I post every single Monday. So I hope you have a gucking great week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye, friends. Dun, 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 dun. There's levels to your love, and I keep on climbing up rooftops.